Hey, Arcturus here. Today, we're looking at the Yavin 4 Rebel base from LEGO Star Wars. This is set 75365 and comes with 1,066 pieces, as well as several minifigures. You get Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, General Dodonna, the Red Leader Garvin Trace, Gold Leader John Vander, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, R2-BHD, which is another astromech droid, a Rebel Fleet Trooper, and a Rebel Crewman. So let's take a look at this set. So this set is a fairly modular build. So I'm going to take off this top roof section here, and we'll take a look at the individual components. So we have a lookout tower. Slide these out of the way. So to start off with, we have a lookout tower, which you can set the height so it will lock upwards, or if you rotate it all the way back around, you can lower it. This attaches to one of the sides. You can pick either one, depending on which way you want this side to be facing. This interesting part when building this is this rounded section, or vaguely rounded section, is actually one of these tube structures, which I've not actually seen before in a LEGO set, but you just bend it. It does bend fairly easily, although it wasn't what I was intending to do. As you can tell, mine is kind of lopsided, and I'm not quite sure how to fix that, but it does work for what it's intended to do, which is to just be like a railing for this watchtower. So we'll set that one off to the side for a moment. We'll look at the top of the tower first. You have a little radar section, a award ceremony section. You could put line up a lot of minifigures in here and have Princess Leia giving out the medals, like that scene from the movie. This piece just sets here on top of this side. It's not actually clicked into any of the studs or connected to any of the studs. It just kind of rests there and gives you a little radar tower. The top is held on by these clips, which helps the side keep its structure. And then this side piece is also clipped in on the base here. You do get some nice vegetation view from the inside through the gaps here, which is well done. And then there's some nice tiling off there as well. We'll move on to the sides. So we have a little bit of an armory here with some weapons here on the sides. Hard to see, kind of gives you some adjustment for how open you want the side to be there. Some nice smooth walling there. A nice sticker piece here showing where to drop the charges at the end of the trench run when they're doing that big fight in the Death Star. Another sticker piece here, just a computer piece, and then a big Rebel symbol there, also sticker. Unfortunately, as is this other electronic piece here for door control. Or that's what it would be. Now, there isn't a door to the hangar, but that is what it would be. Here's another sticker piece set into a round table. It does move somewhat, but not very well. At least I'm not having much luck with moving it. Another electronic sticker piece there. And then some, I'm not sure you can see them in there, but we can just open these up. Some two small caches of one being a bombing charge, and then the other are the other one contains these thermal detonators. You have that one, which is just a little undone there, and it's got some nice clear blue doors on that piece as well. I'm just gonna set that there to cover up some of those studs. I'm not sure that's where that came from, but so it does have some nice ladders, so you could have minifigures moving up and down the base. And it's got another wall that moves like that other side does. Then the fourth piece of the base, or the main piece of the base, has these two large transparent blue pieces with some stickers placed on top of them, with some nice geometric designs on them. You have a base targeting computer for these two cannons. These cannons are stud launchers, so you could fill them with the bottom section of the base is fairly open, and that's because you have I believe this is a B-wing bomber, which also comes with the set. so you can add any of the minifigures to this. It's got some nice work here. It's got room for an astromech, so you could put either R2-D2 or the other astromech droid in there. It's got some pieces there to keep it off the ground so it looks like it's stabilized, and it also comes with a small set of stairs that you can use to set it up so like your minifigure would be getting onto the ship. You can put them there on the back, you could put them here on the side, wherever you want. There's a computer piece in there for the trench run there, which I believe is actually a printed piece, at least I don't remember that being a sticker. So that's a nice printed piece there. Little turret on top. You also get an additional side piece here. And one thing I want to point out is these fern pieces are actually quite nice. I've not seen them before. I don't know if they're new or just an older piece I haven't seen, but I like those for the vegetation. They're very nice. And you also get this troop transport thing, or weapons transport, little floating barge sort of thing. Hovercraft, I guess, would be the appropriate term. There's some little mold issue there on this piece in two places, actually, so it's not quite as smooth as it should be. But, you know, as these things go, it's not the worst thing, I guess. It is a little disappointing, but it's a little more common in LEGO. You also get two red lights, so you could set up like a runway sort of thing for your bomber. So next, I'll move some of this out of the way quick, and then we'll take a look at the minifigures. So let's take a look at those minifigures. So we'll start off with Luke Skywalker. He's got his award ceremony get up with a yellow jacket, the medal, and his usual hairpiece there. Some a holster on his leg, I think, for a pistol, as well as a lightsaber, of course. Then you have Han Solo with his typical jacket with all its pouches and a belt, also looking like it goes to a holster. And then, of course, some stuff there on the back, and the medal from the award ceremony. Next up, we have Princess Leia with a very nice print on her front and back part of the dress there. Some very nice details that go all the way around. Dual-sided face, as most of these have as well, and a nice silver blaster pistol. Next, we'll look at the astromech droids. So here is the second astromech droid of this set, R2-BHD, which is a gray astromech, very similar printing to R2-D2, other than it's missing some printing here on the back, which this R2-D2 does have. So the extra printing there. Slightly different top print as well, less blue. Actually, basically no blue on that one. To really distinguish them, you know, and with the gray and silver. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid astromech droid. It would be nice if it had some printed parts here, even if they were just, you know, thin and gray or the silver, but we did not get that, I guess. So next up is, of course, Chewbacca, which I believe this is the same Chewbacca as in several other sets. I don't think there's anything unique about this, but he does have the printed legs, his crossbow, and molded top piece, which just goes over that brown torso. Looks as good as usual, so I think that's great. An excellent minifigure. Then we have... Next up, we have C-3PO. Lots of detail on this figure, showing all the wiring in the torso there, some of the legs, a little bit of silver on one leg, there's some printing there on the arms. Just a very nice, well-detailed minifigure all around. And of course, the printed headpiece, like they do with several of the aliens, where it's just a straight-up different molded head, which I think is, of course, an excellent touch. A very excellent minifigure, I think. Next up, we have the Rebel Crew. Just a very simple figure. No visor for this helmet. And then dual-sided face printing, of course. Just, you know, very simple beige. No printing really on the legs, just on the torso. In the same vein, we have General Dodonna, who does have printing on the legs, showing the coat, A lot of little detail there on the torso, holding his pointer. And of course, he's got his hairpiece and a printed beard. He also has 2 face prints, which is always nice. And then we have the Rebel Trooper for the fleet, who has, a rangefinder and a spear. I'm not sure why he has a spear. I remember he had a spear. I could have sworn he had a spear in the movie too, but that was always an odd choice, I think. But, is what it is. Next up, we have the Red Leader, which is a little confusing because his helmet's got this kind of yellow, so I thought this was actually going to be the Gold Leader. But the Gold Leader has a white helmet with gold accents, whereas this one has a yellow helmet with some red accents. Nicely detailed torso, especially for any of the pilots. Just lots of detail here, some extra charges, the life support system, some armor there on the back. A smudge on one arm, which is a little disappointing. There's like a slight smudge there, which is not going to come through on the camera, but it is there. It's just an odd choice. Next up is Gold Leader. Very similar torso. The only real difference is the helmet. Very nicely printed helmets. No holes in it other than for the face, so that's always a plus. At least so I'm told. At least for the clone troopers, that's always a plus. So, well, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.